guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan. I'm a first-time mom and I'm an exclusively pumping, overproducing mom as well. So today I'm going to go through our process of storing breast milk, from bottles to freezing and all of the products that we use in between. So I'm really excited about this video. This is something that I really could have used as a first-time mom, especially where I was not planning on being an exclusively pumping mom. I started out nursing, and then once my milk came in, it was too much milk and boob for my baby. So I switched to exclusively pumping. She liked the bottle so much better, so it was a really easy transition. But it is not something I anticipated doing. So I didn't have any of the supplies I needed or anything, and I've kind of made this up as I go because I personally didn't know anyone who had exclusively pumped before. So this was uncharted territory, but that is why I'm here, to be your mom BFF and show you all of the things. Or if you're not a mom, you're just interested in how the milk factory works, this is the video for you. So let's get into it. Disclaimer before we get into this, none of this is sponsored. This is all stuff I genuinely use. There's no benefit of me sharing this other than the fact that this is legitimately what works for us. Obviously, to each their own. You can tweak and modify this process as you see fit, but this is what we are 2 months into parenthood and 2 months into exclusively pumping and storing and all of the things, and this is what we have found works the best with just at-home routine and on-the-go travel. We did our first trip and we went to Canada last weekend, and this worked really well on bringing everything back too. Oh, do you want to be in the video? Oh, you're puking. Hold on. So first things first is equipment, or things that you are going to need to store your actual milk in before you're putting it in bottles. So we bought these at Walmart. This holds 40 ounces of milk. It's glass. You can throw it in the dishwasher or you can hand wash it. We throw it in the dishwasher because it sterilizes after. But this is really nice because you can pour all of your milk in. I do the pitcher method or mixing method, whichever saying is correct. So I will mix 24 to 48 hours worth of milk before I store it. I'm gonna put that on silent, sorry. So I will mix 24 to 48 hours worth of milk in this, usually 2 times over before I've used all the milk. But this just makes it really easy. And when I know that this is full, I'm gonna pull 10 bags because I store my milk in 4-ounce increments. But we're not there yet, Susan. Don't jump the gun. So first things first is your pitcher. You don't need to use exactly this one. However, they have, like, Mom Cozy sells a pitcher. I mean, every baby brand out there probably has a pitcher you can use, but I do like this. It was $4. It's at Walmart. It's accessible and it's glass. So I like that. For a while, we were using little containers to store individual pumps from TJ Maxx, and they had like bamboo tops. The bamboo tops were getting grungy and that just grossed me out. So we switched, and I only had 4 of those. So I was doing dishes constantly. We switched to mason jars. We got these at Walmart also. I got them in a pack of 12 for $10. These are not the actual mason jar brand. This is the Great Value brand, but they do the same exact thing. And this one was $30 cheaper. So, and I like that they were gold lids. I mean, it's cute. So anyways, mason jars for individual pumps. This has been such a game changer for me, especially when we traveled. This was really nice because I put all of the milk we needed in bottles, packed the bottles, put them in a cooler, and then all the extra milk came home in these in our regular cooler, and I wasn't worried about them leaking. If they tipped over, it was fine because they're mason jars. They're meant to hold like liquids and that sort of thing. So 10 out of 10 recommend. And they're super easy to wash. I can stack all of these in the washer machine, like the dishwasher, and they come out perfect. So highly recommend the mason jar method for individual pumps. Next up for equipment is you're gonna need storage bags. We have tried both of these. These are the Lancinen, I don't know how to say that. These ones, I feel like these are the ones I was seeing on social media the most. They look like this, and you would pull the tab off of here. I don't know if that'll show. Pull this tab off, put all your information, and then pour it in. They're fine. We have had a couple instances where the bags had holes in them, so little beware on this one. But Chris prefers these ones. These I think I got for free. I don't know how these ended up in our home, but I really like these ones. And this is the, I don't know how to pronounce this one either, Clamier breast storage bags. These are the ones we're using currently. And they look like this. They're easier to write on. You just rip this straight off. There you got 3 little areas. Oh, I'm sorry, that was backwards too. 3 little areas for your info. And then when they're full, they stand up. That's really nice. And I have found that these freeze better. The seal is a little more sturdier or like rugged. I don't know. I prefer these. Chris doesn't. To each their own. And last but certainly not least is your bottle situation, because if you're exclusively pumping, you have to get the baby the milk somehow, and that is through bottles. So this is our little drying rack system. This is Dr. Brown's. All of our bottle products are Dr. Brown's for no point other than the first bottle we gave her was a Dr. Brown's Anti-colic, and it worked like a charm, a glove, whatever. Fit like a glove, worked like a charm. And so we were like, this is it. We're not testing anything else. We're gonna stick to what we know. So we have the bottles, the anti-colic pieces they need to be put together, which I will show you how to do. The nipples at the top, and then over here I have the caps and the lids. But this little dryer is really nice, especially if you're using a sterilizer. That stuff comes out pretty soggy, I'm not gonna lie. And this was the only way we could get the stuff fully dry before filling it with the milk. I think that is it for equipment. Oh, and you're gonna need a marker to do up your bags and put all your info on. So we're gonna start by putting our bottles together, and then we'll fill them. So if you're using the Dr. Brown's Anti-colic, you have 2 pieces. The first piece looks like this, and the second piece looks like this. It's like a funnel, and it goes right in to one another, and that's how it is. And then it's just going to sit on the top of the bottle. Not sure at all how this product works. All I know is that our baby does not get gas when we're using these, and I think it also probably slows the flow. Don't quote me on that. So I put all of these together first, and then you're going to need, then you're going to need a cap, or then you're going to need a lid, which looks like this, focus, and a nipple, and you just pull it through. So it looks like this, and then you put a cap on. So then you have 3 parts here. You have your bottle, your anti-colic thing, and then your lid nipple top. And then it just stacks one on top of the other. And there you go. You have your Dr. Brown's Anti-colic bottle ready to go. So I'm going to time lapse me putting all of the bottles together for the sake of yours and I's time. And then I will see you when we're getting ready to mix the milk. Okay guys, this is probably the most satisfying part of the whole process. So we're going to mix the milk. A couple of things that I learned the hard way is that you need to mix the milk in your jar before you put it in your big jar, because you want to get all the fat off the sides. A couple moms told me this on TikTok, and it did not hurt my feelings, but I felt bad that I didn't just know this already. Anyways, I'm telling you so that you don't get in this situation. You want the fat. Babies don't want skim milk. They want the fat so they get those cute little rolls. Oh! So you're going to just pour your milk right in and make sure you get all the fat, and then hopefully your jar looks like this and that there's nothing left over, because if you do, then you're gonna have, I don't know if you can see, this is a good one. You can see there's like a rim of fat there. You want all of that. That is really good stuff for them. So you want that. And swirl, don't like, it's not like a bar. You're not mixing Cosmo. You're swirling. It's gourmet, And you don't want too many bubbles, especially if you're filling bottles that you're gonna give immediately. Oh, excuse me. If we're co-starring, we're not crying. Thank you. So we're gonna mix it up. Make sure you got all the fat off the sides. Yeah, all the fat off the sides. And then, like I said, just pour in. So my jar is full now, and I'm gonna fill the bottles, right? We're gonna fill the bottles. And then all the leftover we're going to freeze once all my bottles are filled. So I'm gonna move you guys down so you can see this process. Actually, no, I'm gonna time lapse it because it's kind of a slow process and I wanna save you guys as much time as I can. Okay, so now that all of the bottles are filled, now it is time to store the rest. So same process, you're going to swirl, not shake, and you're gonna fill up your pitcher or whatever is easiest to pour out of. And this is also how I calculate how many bags I'm going to need, because like I said, this holds 40 ounces and I like to store my milk in 4 ounce, like in the bag, 4 ounces in the bag. So I know I will need 10 bags for about that. I feel like that might fit in the top. We'll see. Yep. 4. So this will take 10 bags. And then I still have this left over, which will also need to be bagged. So I'm guessing we're gonna do guesstimate 20 bags of milk, which would be 80 ounces extra that is stored into the freezer stash. So, ooh, that might have been loud for you guys. I forgot a measuring cup, so 1 second, I will be right back. I have found that the best way to measure out and pour into the bags is with a taller measuring, I call it a measuring cup. It's a bottle, but I use this to measure the 4 ounces and then I pour it in the bag. But before that, you need to label your bags. So I'm gonna pull, at least, I'm gonna pull 10 to start. Well, pretty sure I'm gonna pull 20. We're gonna live on the edge and hope that it's 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19, 20. And I am going to also time lapse this because I need to name, date, and ounce all of these. Now that all of my bags are named, dated, and how many ounces are in them, I'm going to just rip the top off, open it. That's the hardest part. Open it, and then I'm gonna pour 4 ounces into this bottle out of my big jug and try to not spill it. The first pour is always the hardest because it's just so full, and of course, it wouldn't be a normal shift in the milk factory if I didn't spill a little bit. So then I'm going to pour it right in. Try not to hit the zipper part of this bag. So I like these because it has such a strong seal. So I zip up a finger's length and then I push all the way to the top. Make sure that there's no air left. Release, and it should be like vacuum tight. And then when you lay it down, there should be no air bubbles. I'm not sure why there should be no air bubbles. I just know there shouldn't be, probably because you can get condensation or frost, freezer bite, whatever. But yeah, these are really nice and they stand. I'm filming on this side too, so I will put a clip of that, but they stand straight up, which is nice. And then you just lay them flat to freeze. So now that we've gone a run through of how to store your milk, you can watch a time lapse of this This takes about, when I do milk storage, I do it every other day. It takes at least 45 minutes start to finish. It is time consuming, but you have to do it because your milk only stays good in the fridge for 4 days. And I average about 108 ounces every 48 hours. So our fridge would quite literally be full to the top if we waited 4 days. So I do it every other day. But that is this part of it, and I will see you in the next clip. Okay, so you have your bottles, you have your bags, and they're all flattened and ready to be frozen. How do you freeze them? If you have a big enough freezer, I would highly recommend the baking sheet method, which is where you take one baking sheet, you lay all of your milk bags flat, one layer, so don't stack them, just one, and then you put a second baking sheet on top, and then they freeze perfectly even. Our freezer is not big enough to do that, so I have finally found a method that works for us in the freezer that we have. This is just a square box that I have had. This has literally been with me since middle school. Don't know where I got it, what its original intention was for, but it fits bags perfectly, as you saw. Three across, and then about, well, 80 ounces fits in this box comfortably. So once it is frozen, which you'll see me putting all of the frozen, wow, words are really hard. You'll see me putting all of these bags in the box, and there's a method to that too. I had a half a brick that was not completed, so I'm going to use this milk to finish this brick. So number one tip of making a brick is you're going to put one flat bag, frozen bag, in the bottom, like so, and then you're going to stack, you know, them straight up and down. But having that bag in the bottom, hold on, really makes it stable and solid, and then that is what it'll look like. Some people count like a specific amount to the bag. I literally just put whatever fits best in the bag, and then this is a milk brick. So we make milk bricks, and then we bring them to daycare. So we bring 2 bricks, and that lasts her, as of right now, 3 weeks. And again, I'm not counting, like, obviously these bags are a little different than the other bags, so who knows how they compare. And that was perfect. So 80 ounces of these bags makes 1.5 bricks. So there we go. That is a milk brick situation. And then as for freezing the Milky Milks, I alternate the sides. So if one is face down with like the butt end of it, we'll call it, that way, then the next one is going to go the opposite way, and it's so that the pressure is about equal, and I find that they freeze flatter that way, even if they get disturbed just from people opening and closing the freezer, if you know what I mean. So I just stack all of these right in, and then I just put the whole box in the freezer, and then tomorrow they'll be, I'm sure they'd be frozen by this evening, but I'm not going to touch them until tomorrow. I will pull them out, make a brick, and then we will bring the bricks to my in-laws' house because they have a deep freezer, or a chest freezer, tomato at that point. And so we store it all there because we don't have, one, we don't have a freezer that big here, and 2, we don't have a generator, and we don't want to lose literally thousands of ounces of milk in case we lose power. So that is the system we have in place now. A lot of people have been asking if I'm going to donate because I have so much milk. So here's the tea on that. One is, this is a lot of work. My goal for the stash is to have enough milk for her first year of life including sending her to daycare with milk. So that is my personal stash goal. Anything after that, yes, I will be donating. Or if she loses interest and I have a bunch of milk left over, I will donate that milk. I don't have intentions of pumping too much longer than I have to, because it's a lot. It's exhausting. But yes, I guarantee you I will be donating milk before this whole process is said and done. Alright guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment if you have any other questions, mom related or breast milk related. I am happy to answer them, and I will see you in the next video.